Good morning. Man, it's gonna be a hot one today. I think the index is like 99. So, men are told and taught in society not to show their emotions. I think a lot of things can stem off of that, especially if you have like an addictive personality. You're prone to be a drug addict or alcoholic, or already are. I've lived on both sides of the spectrum, being in a relationship and not being in a relationship, and being in active addiction. So, not being in a relationship, you don't care, who gives a shit. I'm an emotional person at heart. I've never really cared, but I see a lot of people that don't, are just emotionless. But a lot of them emotions, are pushed down. What are you doing with them? There's stress in everyone's life. I mean, I don't know. I don't really have a point here. I'm just kind of talking. I probably don't make any sense. I watched a video right before I left for work this morning. It kind of was on my mind, people need to feel appreciated, to have some kind of closure. I'm sure there's people out there that don't care if they're appreciated, but I think the normal person, what is normal, but the norm, you want to feel appreciated a little bit. I'm pretty simple, and I try to be humble and honest with myself. A smile or a thank you, and I'm good with that. I can hold on to that for like 6 months, especially with like family, or with my woman, or especially my children. My daughter's 16, and she's going through that stage where she's trying to find herself, hates everyone. Nobody knows what I'm going through. We all been there, but you kind of just have to let them go through it. Being sober really opens your eyes to your emotions and what the hell you got to deal with every damn day. Bills, stressed out kids, see what the people, what people you love, what they're going through. They're trying to make it through life just the same way you are, addict or not. I really have to focus on a daily basis on what is important and what is not. Because my brain, my mind will eat me alive. And if I get to a point where I'm just stuck in my head, I don't want to do anything. I don't know if you want to call that depression or anxiety or whatever it is. I just don't want to do anything. I work at a place where I don't have a lot of people breathing down my neck or bosses to really kind of give me accountability for how I'm doing my job. Uh, I'm in charge of a department and keeping critical pieces of machinery running. But that's it. As long as they're running, nobody bothers me. Nobody comes and finds me. So that first 5 months, me being sober, I didn't do a whole lot. I did just enough, just so people didn't come find me. And I'm sure one of my bosses is going to see this. That's what I did. And just enough so people weren't looking at me. I was always tired. I didn't want to do anything. And I don't think I was truly sober. I might have been sober physically, but I don't think I was in my mind. And then, a few months ago, I decided I needed to figure out why I feel like this. I had read my life story to my sponsor. It's pretty brutal, And this man's known me since I was a child, and I read him stuff that he didn't know, and he's like, whoa. Yeah. A person with my background, I consider myself very grateful. I'm a multiple felon. I don't have the greatest education. My parents were they weren't pieces of shit, but they weren't the greatest parents, I didn't learn a lot of life skills from my parents. And, I forgive them for that, I'm the first child. It happens. I wasn't the greatest parent either. And I'm not just saying that just in case my dad does see this video. I genuinely forgive my parents. It's hard raising a child when you're young. Especially for me, I was an alcoholic. That's all I wanted to do. First 5 years of my daughter's life, I probably saw her 8 times, maybe 10. And I was a piece of shit. But I tried to change my way of how I perceived things and dealt with things. What is important? Why am I in my head? And I'm happier for it, I can't change that. I can't do anything about that right now. That's not my problem. Who cares what that other person is doing? That's the kind of stuff that was going on in my mind. And I tend to gossip too. And I've stopped that, or brought it down to a minimum. Always worried about everybody else but my own problems. And I don't know if other people have ran into that, that they're, so they don't have to look at themselves, this person's going through this, or this person's a piece of shit, or this person's an asshole, or this person's a narcissist, and, looking at everyone else but my own shit. And I try not to care about that stuff anymore. And identifying what my defects are, and being honest with myself. Me not being honest with myself will bring me back to active addiction. And I have to be honest with me and everyone in my life. And if I'm not, it's a slippery slope. And I think the alcoholic addict brain is the most manipulative thing on the planet, especially to yourself. For me, anyways. It's crazy to say that I can manipulate my own self and truly believe that you deserve this, or justify why I'm thinking about something, or get that paranoid thought process going. Something's going on, or I sense something. Like they say that gut feeling. A lot of people say trust your gut. I cold-heartedly believe in that saying, but alcoholics and addicts cannot, and that's just my opinion. You will drive yourself insane if you go off your gut all the time, because then you start developing the persona that everyone's out to get you, and are my kids being sneaky, or my wife's cheating on me, or and there's so many things. This person at work is being shady, or a snitch, or is that person talking about me behind her? Yeah, you just get this paranoid persona on life. At least I do. So I've got gruff for saying this, but in my sobriety, I have to be selfish. Yes, I do have a caring, loving heart, but as far as me getting sober, for me, I have to think about me. My happiness comes before anyone else's. An aspect of my sobriety is number one, over my children, my family, my fiance, my work, and you have to think that way. That thought process has to be ingrained in your brain. And I've talked about this before. Getting sober because of a consequence is not getting sober. Because once the consequence is gone, what is keeping you sober? Oh, I've had shitloads of consequences. There's a saying, if anybody knows it, leave a comment, but you go to jail, or something bad happens into your life, and you instantly pick up the Bible, or start praying, and then as soon as it's gone and everything's okay, it's nil and void. That until the next time when something bad happens. Yeah, I've lived that life. Like a sandy soil, or rocky ground, or something like that. I don't remember the saying, but there's a saying for it. I'm just, I'm really glad that I am where I am right now. And I'm happy and very grateful for what I have. I'm grateful for my sobriety. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my sponsor. I'm grateful to have a job. I'm grateful to be alive when I should have been dead 20 times over. Uh, I truly think someone's looking out for me. Being my higher power, my subconscious, friends, family, whatever. Something is looking out for me. So much stuff in my life could have been so much worse than what it really was. I'm just grateful to be here. I'm grateful that I can make these videos. Yeah, I hope somebody's watching them. I've looked at the views and stuff on my YouTube. I get one or two here and there. But I'm not doing it to be famous. It helps me to talk. Maybe let the world know. No, I'm not going to get in depth yet, but it still helps me. And I know some of the people I love have watched these videos. Know the struggle of recovery. I get caught up in, man, so I got 9 months, and all I can think about is that 1 year. It's a bad thing. So, I have to chill out, dude. Be sober today. Just be sober today. You'll get there. And, impatient. It's like the worst combination. Impatient and procrastination. Worst combinations. But that's me to a T. Procrastinate every damn thing. Supposed to schedule the 17th off like 2 weeks ago. I need to do it as soon as I get off this video. But y'all have an awesome Wednesday. I gotta go put my uniform on and get ready for work. It's gonna be a hot one today. Stay cool, drink some water. Love you guys.